Right, hello, good morning. I'm in green, so that can only mean one thing. We're going coarse fishing. Look, the weather has been appalling for the whole of the end of September, October, and looks like all of November is going to be terrible as well. The wind is awful, so we can't get out on the boat. Can't realistically do much sea fishing. Shore's not been very good. The only thing which might have been worth doing is a bit of bassing, but I haven't been able to get out, just with timings with work and things going on. So got to make the most of it, really. So we're going to a little lake near me. It's 11 minutes down the road. Yes, it's specific. 11 minutes exactly. We're going to try for some bream, some roach, some rudd, possibly some perch, maybe a pike. And what else is in there? I think there's some tension there, but it's not really the season for them. They'll probably be quiet now. But we're just going to go and see. We're just going to have a little bit of fun. We've got some maggots, some light rods, and you're along for the journey. So sit back, relax, and welcome to another film. We're here. So a very quick chat then as to the swim I've chosen. Not a massive lake this, it's probably 3.5 acres, 4 acres, I might be wrong there, but I'd say about that. I've come here because the sun, hopefully, obviously it's going to come around that way, and it should warm the water up more down here. So I'm figuring, because the fish want to stay warm in the winter, hopefully there'll be more this end, and I think it's a bit deeper as well. So I'm going to have 2 feeder rods just into the middle, just maggot feeders, feed it just all day, every 15 minutes, place the bait, keep topping up the swim. Right, well, welcome to the video. Coarse fishing is a bit of a pastime for me. Grew up with it as a kid, did loads as a teenager, carp fishing, bream fishing, tench fishing, everything, pike. Coarse is my main staple really, but it's not now. I've moved on to sea fishing, but today the weather's not very good at sea, so we're down here at Sharnfold Lakes near Howsham. And we're just going to be using 2 feeder rods the majority of the day, try and catch whatever we can. Everyone who knows and follows my channel knows I keep things very simple and very basic, basically so you guys can follow as easy as you can, and also it's less things to go wrong if you keep it simple. And I think the simplicity, I think you catch more fish as well. The least amount of tackle you can have out there, the better. So all we've got today is a maggot feeder, really simple one. It's got a little inline inbuilt weight in there. We've got split shots, 2 either side of the swivel, and that just traps it. And all triple overhand loop there. And then all we're going to do is we're going to tie on a 14 hook to a bit of 4-pound line there. They're just hooked nylon, so they're a loop. You go the loop. One of the loop goes through your loop you've made on your main line, so the loop goes through there. Then you put your hook on the other end, obviously goes through the loop on the hook to nylon. Pull it tight and it's good to go. I'll probably have one on a size 14 and one on a size 18, just because that way we can try and maximise our chances of getting a few fish. Size 14 is still a small hook, but it's not a tiny hook. So we shall see, but we're just going to set that up now. And we're going to put 2 rods out in the middle, and we're just going to relax and try and enjoy our day and see what we can catch. We've got 2 pints of maggots today. We've got mixed maggots there, as you can see. We fill up the feeder. I'm going to use a single maggot for now on the actual hook. So we grab a red maggot, and what you'll see is 2 tiny little black dots. You probably won't be able to see it on this camera, it's not very good, but that's where you want to hook through. That's the end you should hook through, the tiny little black dots, and just nick the top end like that, so it just sits on the hook like so. To be honest with you, I should probably use a double, but we'll see. So we undo that bit off the feeder, put a load of maggots inside like that, force them in, really get them full, put the cap back on. Easier said than done, there we go. And then what you do, I'm gonna have to cast it out quite quickly, so that's why I'm holding it so the maggots can't come out at the moment. And then you just cast that out to your chosen spot, which will be in the middle. Then I'll clip it up so I'm hitting the same bit every time. So that's the first cast made, and as I said, I will then clip it up on the clip so that basically every time I cast, I'm then fishing the same spot, which will make all the difference if you're just fishing with a few little maggots. And we'll pop that in the holder there, and we'll get our second rod cast out. Simple as that. So we've got our 2 rods cast out now. We're fishing, and all we got to do is wait for a bite. Now, when you're swim feedering, or you're method feeding, which is similar to what we're doing, we're swim feeding today, just with a maggot feeder, a bite is an indication where the rod switches like that. It might bend all the way around if it's a bigger fish, or it might just twitch like that. And if it's twitching, gentle strike into it, and usually you've got a fish on. Fishing similar sort of areas today, it makes sense. We're going to feed up the middle, and say every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we'll wind in, fill up the feeder, and go again. Really basic fishing, really. It's very much a sit back and relax, this sort of fishing. Oh, we've got a bite, we've got a bite. Just put on the camera. We just had a little twinge there. Yeah, very much a sit back and relax, this sort of fishing. Just got to try and I've got quite bad ADHD, and I do struggle sometimes. So for me, this fishing can be quite tricky. Sitting there doing nothing, waiting for the fish. Same with carp fishing. That's why I can't do big campaigns on a hard lake, because I will get bored. But in my later age, I'm starting to improve myself a little bit, and I'm able to just try and detach myself from the outside world, put my phone away, and just relax. And that's what's quite nice about this sort of fishing. On a boat, you've got to think about tides, your safety, what you're doing. But out here, you can just sit back, chill, take in the fresh air and the wildlife, and relax. Now, if I did a lot more of this coarse fishing on the lakes, I would probably invest in a pole. Now, a pole, you're able to ship it out. It comes in sections. A big carbon fibre pole, and you can ship it out to very specific marks. You're very light tackle, and you can see every little bite, and the amount of fish you can catch using a pole, and you know, 2-pound line, 18 size hook, feeding the exact same spot, really perfectly plummeting it. Yeah, if you watch the match anglers do it, they'll be pulling out fish left, right and centre. But say today we're just using method feeders and the swim feeders. But if I was to get into this more, I'd definitely be investing in a pole. You do catch a lot of fish on those. There's a few little nibbles on that rod. I was thinking size 18 hook this. So I think we've got a fish on. Hey, there we go. Now, if you had a pole, you'd have caught a lot of these. Let's just take that out. With the swim feeder, you won't always see the rod tip go. What I was witnessing there is the line just moving slightly, and so I knew there was a bite on. I just wound down and just struck into it, and we've got a little winter's roach. Just one little fish. That saves the blank. But yeah, nice. One little roach. Excellent. So I just cast out again, and I've realised I keep getting done by smaller fish. So what I've done, and what I am going to do, is I'm just going to keep the line slightly more slack so I can watch it a little bit better. So we'll put it in the rest and just bring the rod just forward so there's a little bow in the line, and that way I can watch the line twitching and I'll know when there's a bite. Because we're missing quite a few smaller fish at the moment. Obviously, if we were on a float setup or a lighter setup with a float, we could catch a few more. But I've just dropped it back a bit just so I can see the line to see if it's biting or not. Oh, fish on. Fish on. Another roach. I saw that line playing silly buggers and I thought, let me just strike into it. Roach number 2. Just shows these sort of fish, when you're using a feeder, you don't always see them. They're very small fish. They just pick up that maggot. We've probably got hundreds of these little things playing around with our maggots. How funny. Just had a bite on this feeder rod. Oh, I think we missed it. Tightened up all of a sudden. Well, it's just winding in to refresh my bait, and we have a little bream. A very small one, but that's a little hat trick. 3 little fish. Just on the double maggot there. So we're casting both feeders out to a very similar area, just to try and get them feeding really, and competing a little bit. You can never expect to catch too many fish in the winter unless you're on a real match venue and you've got it's stocked with loads of silvers, you know. But we'll see what we can do. I'm sure we can try and pull something out of the bag. Well, I must say it's not the most easiest of days. Well, that's next to me using a whip, size 18 hook, very light tackle, feeding close into the margins and not a nibble. So I don't feel too bad that I've not got a whip. Ben's over the other side. He's only caught 2 fish, a perch and a roach, I think. Yeah, and I've had 3 fish, 2 roach and a bream. So it's not easy. There's not much movement. It's quite a stagnant water here. It's quite protected. It's good in a way because most lakes at the moment are flooded, so you can't fish them anyway, but we'd like a few more bites really, a few proper bites, you know. We'll just have to give it a go. We've got sort of 3 hours anyway, so we'll just see if anything happens really. Go on, take it. Yep, there's definitely a bite. Yep, here we go. Yep, fish on. Oh, he come off. Has he come off? There was a fish on though. I think he just popped off. Oh no, we might have one on. Do we have one on? Yeah. Oh. There we go, guys. Saw that little bite that time. Just another little skimmer. Little winter skimmer. I'll get him unhooked and then I'll show you. Not really much to show you, to be honest, apart from a little winter bream, but at least it's a fish. So that's 4 fish now. We'll keep going and see if we can get another one. Yeah. No idea. Well, we're into our final 30 minutes now. It's amazing how much cooler it gets as soon as the sun goes in. It really is a lot colder now. It's not freezing, but it is a lot colder. As soon as that sun when it's in your face was lovely and warm earlier, and now, yeah, it's pretty cold. I'm not eating anything all day. I've only had one tiny bit of tea, so I'll have to grab some food on the way home and charge my batteries for the 2 hours of football. But yeah, it's been difficult. But yeah, winter, you can't expect too much, can you? Just recast the rods out, rebaited for the last time. Well, we're coming to an end now. Just packing up the last few bits and bobs. Different sort of film today. It's not that exciting, I'm afraid. No, I didn't catch that many fish, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. I hope you enjoyed it regardless. If you got this far and haven't already subscribed, please do. It means a lot. Give it a comment below to tell me what your thoughts are, and have a great week. Thank you for watching again. Take care.